सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। ओम शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं वादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचिन्मययतीशस्य गुरुं वन्दे तपोवनं तं हिमवद्विभूतिं वै ज्ञानवैराग्यरूपिणं समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। Hari Om to everyone else. Today is whole lockdown, but participation is less. In other day, people are to go to anywhere else. Participation is maximum. So, the actualization of dharma is naishkarma. Naishkarma doesn't mean not doing any work. Doing without any desire. So every day we do work prompted by our desire or someone else. Whenever that someone else prompting goes away, then we can find what is the gati of our mind. Our mind always tries to find out some loopholes. Once, okay, today we are going to discuss a very simple thing, organ of actions or organs of action. It's a very simple thing. Because most of the time in most our classes, we tell organs of senses, 5 organs of senses. Eyes, ears, nose, etc. And you have found while studying that in how much detail it is. So it took 2 days to finish it up. It will not be today. So organs of action, actually drishti and drishti kon, both are different. The thing is, how you look at the thing, look at the material, study material, everything else. That matters. So, so today's topic is organs of action. Swami Vivekananda once told, you are creating the bondages all the time. How? By putting in your share. We are all making our own beds, forging our own chains. When the identifying just a minute. I'm sorry. So we are all making our own beds, forging our own chains. When the identifying ceases between this external object and myself, then I'll be able to take my contribution off. And this thing will disappear. Now, if we consider seeing and acting, Ramayana has the story of Mother Sita who saw the golden deer. The deer attracted her. She said she wanted it. If Mother Sita had simply seen the deer, there would have been no problems. She not only saw it, she said she wanted it. that led to the story of whole Ramayana. Now, the very important thing I'm going to discuss, please note it down either in the notebook or in the mind. It will be better if you understand right now and note at your heart. Knowledge inspires will. Knowledge inspires will. And will inspires action. First, we know and then we act. That is, we see or hear, identify the sight or sound with our ego, and either we like it or dislike it. So in Sanskrit, two terminologies are used, raga and dvesha. If we like something, we want it. It is called raga or anuraga. And if we dislike it, we want that to go. That is called dvesha or vidvesha. Both are same. So raga and dvesha, likes and dislikes, inspire the will to act. When we know there is an apple there and that it can end our hunger, we go for it. The sense organs give us knowledge of the outer world. They tell us there are countless things in the world. When we know them, our ego begins to act. It either wants some of them or hates some of them. This leads us to use our organs of actions. This is the beginning of our true involvement in the world. We can know 1,000 things in a detached way. 1,000 things. But the moment we say we want them and begin to act, we are bound. In Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, Bhagavad Gita, if you are having the book, please open up the book. Then you will find the sloka, 6th sloka of 3rd chapter. Karmendriyani sanyamya ya aste manasa smaran indriyarthan vimudhatma mithyachara sauchyate. And the 7th sloka you have to take. Yasvindriyani manasa niyamyarabhate Arjuna karmendriya karma yogam asaktas savishishyate. Very simple slogan. You can understand while I will split. Karmendriyani sanyamya, by controlling the karmendriya, yaha aste manasa smaran indriyarthan bimudatma mithyacharaha saha uchyate. But yaha tu indriyani manasa niyamya arahate Arjuna कर्मेन्द्रियैहि कर्म योगम असक्तः सह विशिष्यते. What does it mean? The foreworms aspirants that the main problem is the senses and the mind. The main problem is senses and the mind. The organs of actions are helpless, really like a helpless machines in the hands of the mind. You are having the knife at your hand. What the knife can do? It can cut the fruit and offer to Guru or Acharya or Bhagavan or Lord, or it can stab someone else. So, actually, the organs of actions, karmendriyani, all the karmendriyas, are really helpless machine in the hands of mind. But the organs of perception and the mind do all the mischief. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita says in those 6th and 7th verses in 3rd chapter that he or she who engages in selfless action by controlling the organs and the mind is a great one. Again, I'm repeating. He or she who engages in selfless action by controlling the organs and the mind is a great one. But the other way round is bad. One who appears to be sitting quietly, controlling the organs of action, but is engaged mentally in numerous actions, is a hypocrite. Sometimes we see some swamis, some brahmacharis. Yes, they are wearing good watch. Don't consider me. I'm telling about the others. wearing branded shoes, branded bags, and we start discussing. Have you seen the Swami? He's using that. He takes every day dry fruits. Can you imagine? See about the other Swamis. So they think the renunciation of spirit in a different way. We have to go deeper into that whether those Swamis are attached with it or not. If any day all those articles are absent to them, really does it matter to them or not? And go to those Swamis who are wearing torn clothes, eating one time, and lamenting whole day, either expressing or not expressing that my luck is, my fate is so poor. See my friend, we studied in the same hermitage, we studied. Now he is having a big ashram and I am in the street. That is not the spirit of renunciation. Renunciation, sannyasa, tyaga, dispassion, it's all internal factor. Swamis who are working, their appearance should be according to that. So, what Bhagavad Gita says in the 6th sloka, that one who appears to be sitting quietly, controlling the organs of actions, but is engaged mentally in numerous actions, is a hypocrite. So the root of the problem is desire, which is born out of ignorance, has to be rooted out, it has to be eradicated. If we are to restrain the mind, the senses and the organs of action. This section, what we are going to learn now, teaches us what the organs of action are and how they function. As we saw in the previous verse, here too there is mention of the gods who rule over the organs of action. This could have been the tradition which the Vedantins have followed. So now chant with me. Bak Pani, Vak Pani Pada Payu Upasthaniti. Vak Pani Pada Payu Upasthani Iti. So it's a one word. For your sake, I am breaking, because the whole word is in the Napumsakalinga or neuter gender. That is why Upasthani. Phalam phale phalani, phalam phale phalani. So, pancha karmendriyani. So, what are 5 organs of action? Vak, pani, pada, payu, upastha. Vacho devata vannihi, hastayorindraha, पादयोर विष्णुः पायोर मृत्युः उपस्थस्य प्रजापतिः इति कर्मेन्द्रिय देवताः वाचो विषय भाषणम् पाण्यो विषय वस्तु ग्रहणम् पादयोर्विषयगमनम् पायोर्विषयमलत्यागः उपस्थस्य विषय आनंद इति. It's very simple. That the 5 organs of action are speech, hands, legs, anus, and the genitals. The presiding deities of the organs of action are Agni, fire of speech. You know, it is so true that fire is the presiding deity of speech. I will not tell anything else regarding that. Indra is the presiding deity of hands. Vishnu is the presiding deity of legs. Yama is the Lord Yama is the presiding deity of anus. And Lord Prajapati is the presiding deity of genitals. The function of speech is to speak. That of the hands is to grasp things. Of the legs means the function of the hands, function of the speech is to speak. Function of the hands is to grasp things. Function of the legs is locomotion. Function of the anus is elimination of waste. And the function of the genitals is pleasure or procreation. Now, 2-3 things I just want to mention. In Viveka Chudamani, the definition of karmendriya or organs of action is vak, pani, padam, gudam, upastha, karmendriyani, pravanena karmasu. Same. Vak is speech, Pani is hands, Padam means legs, Gudam means anus, Upastha means genital organs. And they are always ready to do something else. Now, here you have seen that Vishnu is the presiding deity of legs. Now you have to see that here that Vishnu is not Mahavishnu, which is all pervading Lord. Here Vishnu is the one part of one deity's name is also Vishnu. Like if someone else name in our locality is Narendra Modi and he is the local councillor, the, that fellow Narendra Modi councillor is not the same fellow as our Prime Minister. So here Vishnu is the deity of the legs are not the same as Mahavishnu. In Purusha Suktam we find Pado osya vishwa bhutani Tripadasyaamritam divi Tripad urdham udait purushaha Pado osyeha bhavat punaha. So here the leg of Bhagavan is not the physical leg. In another place it is told Mukham kimasakau bahu Kavurupada Brahmano osya mukhamasit Bahurajanya kritaha Urutadasya yadvaishyaha Padbhyagum sudra ajayata. There it is told that from Bhagavan's mouth Brahmana has taken the birth and from Bhagavan's leg Sudra or outcast people has taken birth. So dangerous if we take it literally. If I ever get any chance to teach you Purusha Suktam, then it is all symbolical. Here it is not Sudra as an outcast people or leg is physical leg. So here in this text of Tattva Bodha, the Vishnu is not the same Vishnu as Mahavishnu. How that karmendriya comes? You know, in Vedanta Sara, it is told the same thing, karmendriyani, bhakpani, padapayu, upastha, akhyani. But there, very nice thing has mentioned that how karmendriya or organs of actions has come into being. Na etani punaha akashadinam rajaha angshebhyaha vyastebhyaha prithak prithak kramena utpadyante. I will translate. So from the Maya aspect of Brahman, which is Trigunatmika, three attributes, Sattva, Raja and Tama. From that Maya's Tamasa Amsaha, Akasha has come out. From Akash, Vayu. From Vayu, Agnihi. From Agnihi, water. Sorry, I have to tell in English. So from the Tamasa Amsa, the inert portion of that three attributed nature or Maya, first space has come. From space, air has come. From air, fire has come. From fire, water has come. From water, earth has come. But they are all in their subtlest form, not in the grossified form. From that subtle Pancha Mahabhuta, five basic elements, Sattva Guna, from Sattva Amsa, our organs of perception came into being. ज्ञानेन्द्रिय उत्पन्न हुआ है आकाश आदि पंच महाभूत का सत्व अंश से. And from the rajas or activity portion of those five basic elements, all the organs of actions have come out. Karmendriya has come out. In Amrita Tika, it is told that from Rajah Pradhan space, Vak Indriya, from Rajah predominant air, hands have come out. From Rajas predominant fire, legs have come out. From Rajas predominant water, genitals have come out. From Rajas predominant earth, anus have come out. In Prashna Upanishad, mantra number 4.8, it is told. Prashna Upanishad, mantra number 4.8. Vakcha vakyavyam cha hastau chadatavyam chopasthaschananda itavyam cha payuscha visarjaitavyam cha padau cha gantavyam cha. So I will not go into the details. I just told that the references of Upanishads regarding these organs of action. The five organs of actions are the capacity to speak, which is located in the vocal cord and tongue. The capacity to grasp things located in the hands. The capacity of locomotion located in the legs. The capacity to excrete located in the anus. And the capacity to procreate located in the genitals. The body responds to external stimuli through them. They are prompted by the mind into action. They develop from childhood, attain their full strength, and then weakness. They developed from childhood, attain their full strength, and then weaken with age. Each of them carries out its respective function. In rare cases, the other organs of action try to do the function of the impaired organs. Suppose, for example, someone's hands are imputed, so he or she tries to write through their toes. That is different. The tongue has a unique place as it is both an organ of action, eating and speaking, and of perception also, tasting, the organ of perception. Fire is the deity of speech, which is well understood by expressions such as fire is speech or heated discussions. Heat is generated when one speaks. You know, once I studied one thing, I don't know how much authentic it is, the number they gave, that if you do physical action for 4 hours, it is equivalent 1 hour speech. You know, if any one of the students who are the teachers, a lot of people are lawyers, renowned, so they know how much heat generates inside if we speak for 1 hour. So heat is generated when one speaks. Indra, the king of the deities, is responsible for the functioning of the hands. The 4 legs of animals have evolved to become our hands. All art is possible due to the unique capacity of our fingers. Vishnu, one of the deities with long strides, is the deity of our legs. Mrityu or death presides over the anus. Man is known to eliminate waste from the various orifices at death. Prajapati, the creator, is in charge of procreation. The pleasure in the act of reproduction ensures the continuity of the species. Now the question is, it's a critical question. Huh? I know that sort of question still has not come into your mind. So I am putting the question into your mind. that to do something else, to do any action, karma, I need physical body and subtle body. But if we go to the definition of physical body and subtle body, if you go back to our previous classes, you will find that satkarma janyam. So, our subtle body has been created because due to of our past actions. So what comes first? Either our karma or our sharira who performs. So we say, according to Vedanta, that sukshma sharira or the subtle body is beginningless. And please remember, karma is also beginningless. So don't debate or unnecessarily don't torture your mind, yourself, that what comes first, egg or the chicken, karma or the subtle body. Both are beginningless. Both are beginningless. Anadi. When the Panchabhuta, the five basic elements, remains in the ungrossified form, means when the raw materials remains as a raw, that is the base of the subtle body. And karma is the responsible for creation of subtle body. And what about the joy and pleasure and sorrow? What happens? Everything happens in the subtle body. So it proves subtle body and karma is beginningless. See, our Vedanta talks about creation, Srishti Tattva. But it is not the main venture of Vedanta. That is why in various Upanishads you will get the theory of creation is different, because Upanishads never pay too much attention to the creation because it negates creation. So don't make a traffic in your mind about creation. Think how to negate it. Suppose you have a disease, you are sick, you have gone to a doctor, and the doctor has prescribed you to eliminate your disease. Now what will you do? Will you argue with the doctor? No, please tell me first how my disease has come. I eat every day only the boiled food. I drink boiled water. I sanitize my hand always. I wash my hands with soaps before and after the food. How diarrhea came, please tell me. Will you do it? Or will you have the medicine and will try to get rid of it? The decision is yours. Now, some important factors I'm going to discuss. That how they are created. Where are the organs of action located? Very important thing. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. Don't lose your attention, please. Very critical side I am going to discuss regarding this simple matter. That where are the organs of action located? In the physical body? No. No. Though it appears that we have our organs of action in the body, they are not the true organs of action. They are just openings. The true organs of action are within, in the subtle body. It may surprise us, I know, but it is absolutely true. The outer physical covering is just like a pillowcase, pillow cover, an inert support or instrument for the subtle body of act or body to act. Therefore, if a man is dumb, his organ of speech is there within but is not functioning. Trees do not walk, but all the same their organ of action called feet are there within. They are latent. That's all. Now the question may come how they are created. The organs of action are created along with the creation of the organs of knowledge. They are created by using the rajas or activity part of the five supreme elements. But how they function? The mind sees, takes the form of that object, knows some object. The ego identifies itself with it, and the hand begins its adventure. There is the effort, and when everything goes well, the object is obtained. The power to function comes from the pranas, the vital life forces, the vital airs. But the desire to function comes from the mind. Suppose all of you know that I love sweets and mango. Leave it. So I love sweet. So whenever I see a sweet, I desire it. I get it. The impression of the sweetness, the pleasant sensation of eating it, and so on will remain as a latent impression or called vasana. The vasana part forces me to do the same action again and again and again, while the samskara part keeps track of all the emotions and other things involved in that action if I do it. The samskaras lead me to take new birth, suffer in a new body, and also decide my lifespan. So the organs of action are the great links in the chain of birth. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गो ब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ओम सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम हरि ओम to everyone else.